katoa, no mai hara mai, kia ora, warm New Zealand greetings. It is wonderful to have you join us all today for a very special presentation with some special guests all the way from Aotearoa, New Zealand. I'm going to take as little time as possible to introduce myself, but my name is Renata West and I'm the Managing Director of Pacific Storytelling. We're a tourism marketing representation company based in Los Angeles, and our job is to make your life easier by giving you the tools, the resources, and the training to help sell the South Pacific to your clients. We're based in the USA, so we're here and available as an added resource for you to sell the South Pacific region. I'm originally from Aotearoa, New Zealand, so this topic of today's presentation, the Bay of Plenty region, is close to my heart. But we're very, very excited because there's never been a better way to get down to our part of the world. In fact, connectivity, this slide is brought to us by care of our friends at Tourism New Zealand. You can see that there are now 8 major direct gateways into New Zealand, to both Auckland and Christchurch in the South Island. If you need more information about how to get to New Zealand, feel free to contact us or, of course, our friends at Tourism New Zealand. We have a few operators to get through today, and they all have really unique stories. I think you're going to be enthralled by the stories that they have to share and the genuine hospitality that they afford to our mutual guests and clients. I'm thrilled that we've got this selection of people. It is a lot of content to get through, so if you do have to run off to grab a phone call or deal with a client, today's presentation will be recorded. If you have any questions, please send them through the questions and answer function. And I'll also be monitoring the chat if you have any issues as well. I'll be in the background, so if you need anything, let me know. But I'm going to hand it over to our friends who are going to give you an in-depth insight into what they have to offer. There's some fantastic reasons to stick around. We've got product that's never been seen before in market, and the opportunity to win some really special aspects of New Zealand, and more will be revealed. And of course, at the end of the presentation, we'll be giving away a $25 gift voucher as well. So without hesitation, it is my privilege to hand it over to our friend Blair at the Historic Village. Just before I do that though, just to give you an idea of where the Bay of Plenty region is, it's obviously on the east coast of the North Island. You can sort of see the region outlined there, and today's guests will have their region located with that red pin as well. So Blair, thank you for joining us, and I'm going to give you control now.
Awesome, thank you, Ren. Can you hear me, Ren? Just give us a nod. Yep, perfect. All right, kia ora everybody. Morena, or good morning. It's quite early here in Aotearoa this morning, 7 o'clock. My name's Blair Graham. I'm the manager here at Tauranga's Historic Village, which is located in central Tauranga, actually. So first of all, the slide. Did that work? No, it didn't. There we go. A little bit of backstory. You can see in the image there, our little village here, originally set up in Tauranga as the Tauranga Historic Village Museum. Construction here commenced in about 1971, which was the same year that I was born, and I just turned 52, so it's been around for about 50 odd years. It opened in 1977. It's located in a low-lying land area of the village, and as a museum, it worked out that it wasn't such a great place to store our taonga or our treasures here, because it's a little bit damp, and we had a few flooding events here, and the museum was closed in 1987, and the repurposing of this place as a community destination began then. So what's here? Basically, the Historic Village is 5.5 hectares of grounds and gardens. We have 60 buildings here. We have 5 indoor event spaces, and those spaces can accommodate up to 150 guests. I'm in one of those spaces right now. This is the original schoolhouse of Mount Maunganui here, and we use it as a function space. We also have 5 outdoor spaces, and we can accommodate up to 5,000 guests on our green spaces here for festivals and events and things. We have 50 tenancies here. 50% of those tenancies are community groups and not-for-profit organisations that do valuable work in our community to help community well-being. And the other 50% are commercial, boutique, retail, hospitality and arts outlets. The idea being the community groups pay less or lower rents here, the commercial side boosts that up, and we have this little ecosystem here that allows fit for purpose infrastructure for our community groups to be able to serve our community. So community organisations consist of health and wellbeing organisations, a lot of social services here, these training and education type organisations here, arts and culture and social enterprise. So it gives these community organisations the ability to earn revenue, to be able to fund themselves, to be able to do the very important work that they do, and also allows often the clients of those organisations to participate, be educated, and all of those kinds of things. So there's very much a feeling of, yeah, it's a well-being space essentially. This lady here in this image, for example, textiles, second biggest polluter on the planet, a lot of recycling going on here, sales, all of those kinds of things. Yeah, so that's the community side of the organisation. The other side is the commercial side of it. So a lot of boutique retail. We have art galleries, pottery outlets, homewares and the likes. This chap in this image here, Tony Pill, has been collecting records pretty much for years, hoarding records. We have vinyl as a big part of his and what we've got going down here. So we have about 25 boutique retail organisations who are destinations in their own right. Yeah, so we'll just flick through a couple of those. This lady here, Kyla's just opened here actually. She makes beautiful kuruwai pieces, as well as fashion type stuff out of old blankets and things. So newly opened here, very boutique. Pottery stuff, lots of art galleries here. You can see some examples of that. I think we've got 6 art galleries here. Uffy Company's another one who is a recent startup, actually funded to start up by the Prince's Trust out of the UK. And these guys were invited over to the recent King's coronation over there. Have also opened here, have a big online presence, but have their first retail shop that's opened here. It's blankets and rugs and homeware type stuff. A lot of stuff for babies and things, and has a design, you know, Maori cultural design, one-off pieces available. Lovely stuff. Hospitality is a big part. We understand that donuts are a big part of American diets, but we can give you a run for your money in New Zealand. On the left there is the quintessential Kiwi donut, and yeah, they're something quite special. So the Whitbaker Cafe is open here 7 days, and have awesome coffee, magic donuts. We also have a licensed restaurant here called a Seedly. A Seedly is actually the Zulu proverb for let's eat. We have quite a large South African community that resides here in the Bay, and so this restaurant is themed South African menus, which is reasonably similar to Kiwi fare quite often. They love beer, they love meats and sausage. That's part of things here. So a very interesting restaurant there, located in the village. Events are a big part of what we do at the village. As I said, we can accommodate up to 5,000 people. So meetings and seminars and the likes, but also a lot of community events are regularly happening here, and visitors to the region are welcome. to those events. We do festivals, there's a lot of weddings. We have a theatre here. We have a cinema on site as well. This particular event on the right is Fringe Festival, so lots of arts related events and things. And Diwali Festival. Tauranga is quite a multicultural society, and yeah, so you know, gin festivals, jazz festivals, Diwali festival, Chinese New Year, all of those kinds of things are often happening here on weekends, and visitors to our region can attend those. Call to actions for the historic village. It's free entry into this place. The village is open from 6 a.m. till 10 p.m. 7 days a week, 365 days a year. The businesses that operate within the village here are generally open between 9 and 10 a.m. and closed up by sort of 4 or 5 p.m. Tuesdays to Sundays. After hours, there's lots of classes that go on here, everything from pottery to upholstery to arts, painting, sketching, those kinds of things. People are welcome to join. We're located in central Tauranga, 159 17th Ave, and our website is www.historicvillage.co.nz. And that's it from me.
Kia ora. My name's Maddie. I'm from Waimarino Kayak Tours. So we operate in both Tauranga and Rotorua, so both in the wider Bay of Plenty region. We started in 1975 alongside the Wairoa River in Tauranga. Now, it started as an adventure park by the current owner's parents. So we've been a family-owned business for quite a while now, and we still sort of see ourselves as family. So everyone that works here is very welcoming, and we have a really nice community that we've created. So there we go. So I'll just start quickly with Rotorua, and then I'll dart into Tauranga, which is sort of where we're a bit more established. So Rotorua, we kayak on Lake Rotuiti. Now this is about a 20-minute drive from downtown Rotorua. The main sort of product that we offer here is our Starlight Gourmet kayak experience. So the highlights of this tour include a hidden glowworm cave, a full gourmet barbecue Kiwi type meal. This meal includes wild game sausages, usually hunted by the owner, smoked salmon, a range of salads, and then a cold beverage, so beer, wine, soda, whatever you choose, and an ice cream to finish off as well. So on this experience, we start out at the lake's edge. All of the clients get fitted to their kayaks, and then they start out with a gentle paddle, sort of following the lake's edge across, sort of following the lake's edge around the bend. Once we're sort of out of the main bay there, we start kayaking across to the Manapurua hot springs. So the hot springs over there, they're quite historic, and some of the funds that we pay for the tickets over there go back into the local iwi. So that's really special. After the hot pools, have a bit of a soak, enjoy a nice freshly cooked barbecue meal by your guide, and then jump back in the kayaks, kayak back across the lake. It sounds like a long paddle. It's not too bad. It's about an hour there, 45 minutes there, and it's about 30 minutes back. We stop off there. We sneak into our nice, beautiful, secret hidden glowworm cave, and it's like a galaxy that just surrounds you. Your guide there will tell you all about the glowworms, and they'll teach you heaps about the sort of wildlife in the area and the sort of history surrounding it as well. After that, pop back out and you're just greeted by the stars on a clear night. So the stars there are just magical. We've got really beautiful clear skies here in New Zealand, as you probably know. So we just kind of follow the shoreline back, guided by the stars. So this tour here is about a 4 to 4.5 hour duration. About 2.5 hours of that is paddling, but it is broken up into 3 different sections. So it's easily doable. We do say a 4 out of 5 fitness level is recommended. So you do need to have a moderate level of fitness. You don't need to be the best kayaker in the world. You don't need to be an Olympian, but you just need to be aware that you're going to be doing some physical activity. We can do hotel pick up and drop off from Rotorua Central. So that's just a small additional cost there. So the bread and butter, Tauranga, Lake McLaren. This is about a 20-minute drive from downtown Tauranga. And this is where we operate our famous evening glowworm kayak tour. This is the product that sort of got us on the map. So this kayaking tour is super basic. It's suitable for pretty much any fitness level. And so it's really, really accessible. Starting out, you drive from our original location, which is the Wairoa River, and we'll take you on about a 20-minute guided drive up the Lower Kaimais and into Lake McLaren. Lake McLaren there, beautiful spot. It's got a really large, diverse range of trees. It's one of the largest botanical collections in New Zealand. We stop there and just sort of as the sun is setting, we'll enjoy some nice refreshments. So cheese crackers, ginger beer, lemonade, and then in winter we do have some alcohol-free mulled wine to help keep you nice and warm. Once we hit the lake, jump in the kayaks, and it's a pretty cruisy paddle, as you can sort of see here in this image. It's a cruisy paddle up the lake. Now this lake is sheltered by all of the trees that surround it, so we operate this about 99% of the time. It's very rare that it does get cancelled. We do operate rain or shine, and we do provide all the equipment to ensure that the guests will have a good experience. Once we're in the canyon, again, you learn the same as you do on Lake Rotuiti about the glowworms, the history of the area, and it's a really spectacular site. The thing to be aware of and the main difference between these two is one is a cave. So we have a cave in Rotorua, and in Tauranga, it's a canyon. So not only can you see all of the glowworms in Tauranga, but you also get the beautiful stars at the top as the canopy sort of reaches out. Cool. Pretty much that was just a couple of the main tours that we operate. But we have a large array of different things that we can do. So yes, we've got glowworms, we've got nighttime kayaking. We do also operate daytime kayaking, as you can see in the images here. We do have a canoe. This canoe can sit up to 18 people, and we do have 2 of those. So whatever your clients experience, whatever their comfortability with the water, and whatever sort of their time period, we can make something work for them. So yeah, we can take pretty much any skill level, and if someone's keen to get out and experience the Bay of Plenty by water, we can help. So yeah, Waimarino kayak tours on social media, and glowworm kayaking for our website.
Morena whānau, can everyone hear me?
Yep.
Morena, so my name's Dion Muir. I'm owner-operator of Muirs Tours. We are based in the small coastal village of Makatu on the east coast. We're sort of about 35 minutes from the Tauranga airport and about 45 minutes from the Rotorua airport, pretty much smack bang in the middle. What are we? Muirs Tours, basically, we are a private fishing, diving, Maori storytelling, foraging, feasting experience. So what I'm going to talk to you about is what we have to offer, a couple of our packages. So our first package is our premium package, which is a collaboration between myself, Adventure Helicopters, and Karina and Casey Bird. Karina and Casey Bird being local and MasterChef winners from, I think, 2014. So it's a high-end package. We're basically flying by helicopter, so you get about a 15-20 minute scenic view of the coast and Mo'o, and land on Okure Point, which is one of our landmarks here at Makatu. It's a peninsula that goes out into the ocean. When you land there, you get a historical storytelling intro with our local landmarks, and basically a lot of talk around Te Aroa Waka, which was our main waka that landed first in Makatu, and was basically where our descendants come from for our region of the Bay of Plenty. From there, we have a 3-hour foraging fishing experience out on the water. Arrive back at the actual hosting of it is all at my place on my property. Come back in, and it's a hand-on experience where our clients are involved in the process of, so that we'd be pulling up a hangi, and that part is hosted by Karina and Casey Bird and myself, so involved in pulling up a hangi, shelling fresh seafood, kina, mussels, and being able to taste them freshly out of the shell, pulling up the hangi like I spoke about before, and just involved in the whole experience. And through that, we're talking about and operating through our main Maori values of manaakitanga, which is obviously hosting and looking after our visitors, and kaitiakitanga, and that's all about preservation and looking after the sea and land, and whakawhanaungatanga, which is just getting to know people and building relationships around common experiences. So that's our premium package offering, and then we have and that's 8-hour experience from accommodation to home and back to your accommodation, sorry. And our other offering is our 6.5 hours, so it's our deluxe package, which is a 6.5 hour experience out on the water with myself, learning different fishing techniques. So it's mainly an experience out on the water, hunting and gathering, and like I said, learning different techniques. And then on our return, 3 hours with me back at my home, in our purpose-built cookout area, cooking and learning how to, again, shell shark kinas and mussels, fillet fish, and learn how to cook your food. So process and cook your food. So again, it's a hands-on experience where our clients sort of still want to get their hands a little bit dirty and know how to prepare and process and prepare your kai that you've gathered out in the water that day. So a food experience where you get to eat fresh food that you've just gathered out on the water. And just the third thing I wanted to talk about was that we can customize. So that was a 6.5 hour experience, and our premium was an 8-hour experience. So quite long days. But we can also customize to what our clients or your clients want to do. If the time is limited, it could be just a foodie experience at my place and home cooked meal and bit of whakawhanaungatanga, or could be just a trip out on the water and fishing. So basically, our clients can pick and choose what they want to do, and we can customize to their liking. But our main package has been our premium high-end package and our deluxe package. Apologies, I've come in late and didn't have a slideshow prepared, but that can easily be organised. But you can check us out social media. So our website is muirstours.com, and that's me in a nutshell. Thank you very much for your time.
Jade Elliott. I am the tour manager and project manager at Ōmataroa Eco Tours, and it's an honour to be here today to share with you a little bit about us. Let me just make sure I can get this technology sorted. So this is just a quick view of what you would see if you come on a tour with us, one of our beautiful views. You can see in the back there, there's a mountain, or a maunga as we call it, which is our mountain for our people, and that's our Putauaki. So Ōmataroa Eco Tours, we're a subsidiary of a Maori owned and Indigenous land trust that was formed back in 1970. Our tours take place in our forest, which is around 7,700 hectares, and 560 hectares of that particular forest land is protected Kiwi bird habitat land. And just to give you a bit of context, 560 hectares, from what I understand from Google, is just under 1,000 American football fields. So hopefully that'll give you an idea of the scale of the land that we operate within. In New Zealand, for Maori, looking after and nurturing and caring for the land is something that's sacred to us. So we're really proud that we have this patch of land to look after and to be able to share it with you. So Ōmataroa Eco Tours was actually born from a Kiwi project that was initiated in 2007. At the time, it was recognised that there was diminishing native forest land, and due to climate change, there was a massive impact that was having an impact on the land. And what this was doing is it was actually badly affecting New Zealand's national Kiwi bird, to the point where on average around 3 Kiwi were dying per day across New Zealand, and the population that was once in the millions had actually reduced down to 70,000. And so so through that, our project kicked off back in 2007, and at the time we had less than 20 Kiwi in our forest, and now we have over 120 in our forest. And it's through the success that government organisations, corporate business and local community groups started reaching out to us, wanting to get involved with Kiwi conservation and biodiversity activities. And that's essentially how Ōmataroa Eco Tours was born. So what we offer, I'm here today to invite you and your clients and your friends and your family to come and join us and participate in New Zealand's Kiwi Conservation and Biodiversity Program. And you do that by participating in the activities such as predator control through pest management and trap maintenance. You can attend a Kiwi health examination and help with our Kiwi wellbeing program, or you can come and attend a Kiwi egg retrieval, and that gets sent away for incubation and hatching, or you can attend the Kiwi chick release back into our forest once that chick is of about 1,000 grams. And from a biodiversity perspective, you can come into our private native forest reserve and experience the many flora and fauna that we have. You can plant a tree today to help future generations breathe tomorrow. And you can collect foliage from our sacred ancestral lands and prepare your own natural herbal remedy. And of course, as Dion was mentioning before, as is customary with Māori, we always provide food and beverage, or kai, and so you can be sure that when you come on a journey with us, your bellies will be full, you'll get to taste some authentic Māori food, and I'm sure you'll be happy with it. Because the Kiwi and our land is really sacred to us, access is managed really carefully and is only permitted through us. All of our team at Ōmataroa Eco Tours have heritage ties to the land, in that we're all descendants of the original landowners. And the two handsome fellas that you can see on your screen there that are on the right and left of me, so Ian Tare is to the left and Papa Stretch is to the right. These two lads have got over 40 years experience with Kiwi conservation and biodiversity and environmental sustainability. work. They are both certified Kiwi handlers. In New Zealand, you need a license to be able to manage and monitor Kiwi. And so when you come and join us at Ōmataroa Eco Tours, it's either the three of us or a combination of the three of us who will look after you. So we'll bring you into the fold, we'll share our stories, or spin a yarn, as we like to say. And I'll tell you what, Ian, he's great at spinning yarns. You arrive as a manuhiri or a guest or a visitor, but you leave whanaungatanga, so with a sense of connection and kinship. So by coming and joining us at Ōmataroa Eco Tours, not only are you making an impact with Kiwi conservation and biodiversity, but you're also making an impact on our community. You leave a really impactful legacy. The funds from our tours contribute back to our community initiatives. So annually, we deliver a 6-week Kiwi conservation and biodiversity outdoor education program to our local children in our school. And the program's aptly named Texas Rangers, not after Texas in America, although you can say it's from that, but from our little town called Te Teko, and it was affectionately named Texas back in the 1970s for the many people who rode their horses on the main road instead of driving their cars. And also annually, we distribute just under $350,000 worth of grants into the community for education, sports, wellbeing, and for our kaumatua or our elderly. So one of the things that we have as part of our Kiwi program is any Kiwi that comes into our program is honoured with a name that has significance and meaning. And we've got 5 Kiwi that we've recently introduced into our program, 2 female and 3 males. And I'm really excited to share with you today. This is exclusive to the audience on this webinar. We are offering up one of those Kiwi to you to have the honour of a naming right to one of those Kiwi. So if that's something that interests you, please reach out to us through our Contact Us page on our website at nzecotours.co.nz, or you can email us directly at info@ōmataroaecotours.com. And just to end, I would just like to say thank you again for your time. And if you if you're seeking an authentic Indigenous experience that makes a positive contribution to climate change and also people now and into the future, come and join us at Ōmataroa Eco Tours. Ngā mihi.
Kia ora koutou. My name is Patrick O'Sullivan. I'm the General Manager of Ngāti Awa Tourism, and we're based out of a small town on the coast called Whakatane. So our tour product operates to an island which is called Moutuhora in English, that is called Whale Island. So we operate by boat. It's just a short trip of, excuse me, of approximately 15 minutes out to the island. This island is very sacred to our Ngāti Awa people. So Ngāti Awa is our local Maori iwi or tribe, and they are the owners of our business. So Ngāti Awa operates as a charitable organisation. So if your clients were to visit us, part of their visit not only goes to supporting conservation on this amazing wildlife sanctuary, but it also benefits our local community through providing educational grants to our youth and also supporting things such as care for the elderly of the tribe. So once we are at the island, we visit using our vessel, the Moutuhora Cat. Ren, are you driving this? Because I can't see the controls, sorry.
Do you want to try now?
There we go. Thank you. The first thing we visit on the island is our local seal population. So these are called kikino, or New Zealand fur seals. So we are able to approach the boat up to the shore, so the passengers can get a nice close view. This is a breeding population, so we often have cute little pups. And then we travel around the island to the western end. Sorry, Ren, still no controls. On the western end of the island, we land the boat up onto the shore, so it's very easy for your clients to disembark onto the sand rather than, we don't make them swim, but we don't have a wharf either. So the boat pulls ashore. One of the first things we often see on the shore of the island are the Kiwi footprints. So we are also a Kiwi sanctuary. However, because Kiwi are asleep during the day generally, we don't often see the birds. On the island, we walk around in smaller groups. And one of the purposes for this is it makes it much easier for your clients to have a connection with our local guides. It also makes it easier to view the bird life. So it is a popular bird sanctuary. So often our visitors are there to see some of the unique species of bird that we have in New Zealand, but more exclusively, this is home for a number of endangered bird species, as all pests have been eradicated from the island. As I mentioned, it's a very important island to Ngāti Awa, our local iwi. The reason for this is not only was it home to some of the gardens where they grew the sweet potato, which we call kumara in New Zealand, it was also a place of sanctuary. So our tour includes a number of cultural elements discussing cultural stories, and we have a rich history out there that our guides will inform your clients of. Stunning views as we move around the island. There is a relative level of mobility required for this. It's about total of 45 minutes of walking, but with regular stops, but it allows us to view a high point where we get some quite stunning views out to sea and the East Cape of New Zealand. Once we return back to the shore, one of our jewels in the crown is our hot water beach. So this beach has some geothermal activity, and the hot water actually flows through the sand out to sea, which allows us to help our passengers dig a little hot pool for a swim. So we have shovels hidden on the island, and it allows for a stunning experience where they can bathe in the crystal clear waters and jump between a hot pool and the cool. This is only us here, which makes it a little bit different from some of the other public beaches in New Zealand. Back in Whakatane, we also offer accommodation. So our property is called Awa. We offer 38 rooms. This is a motel property. So in New Zealand, motels are the preferred accommodation of New Zealanders. They are of the standard of hotels, but generally on a slightly smaller scale. But you get all the benefits of a hotel room, often in a much more spacious environment. So this is one of our deluxe style rooms. We also offer 9 of these cabins, which we call our micro-village cabins. They are a hotel style room, but based inside a standalone little building alongside the main complex. The design here was meant to represent what we call in New Zealand a Kiwi holiday house is called a batch in the North Island. So these represent the style of a batch on the outside, but a hotel room on the inside. This is from the outside. Just 2 days ago, our motel was named the best motel in New Zealand with over 25 rooms at the New Zealand Hospitality Awards for Excellence. We're very proud of that. We're also very proud of our sustainability. So we operate under Tourism New Zealand's Qualmark quality assurance. We're 4-star plus rated, and we also hold Gold Award for Sustainable Tourism Businesses. And finally, as part of our accommodation offering, we also have a small property to the side of the motel complex, which we call our villa. This has a stunning private garden, looks out over to our local river, which is where our tours depart from. So your guests can spend the night with us, get up in the morning. We have on-site cafe, very popular with locals. We do room service, and then they can simply jump onto our tour if they need to. And that's me. So thank you very much. And I will hand you over to the amazing Nadine.
Kia ora and welcome to Kohutapu Lodge and Tribal Tours located on the outskirts of Moutuhora in the Bay of Plenty. We are a small whānau owned and operated business who live on site and had the vision 9 years ago to take the commercial cultural experience off the stages out of the main centres of the bigger cities and back out to our remote community. 50 years ago, Moutuhora was a thriving forestry township. All the trees were sold offshore and all of the jobs became mechanised. Our town now faces one of the highest unemployment rates in New Zealand. So over the last 9 years, we have unashamedly used tourism to give back to our community and make a positive change. We provide guided welcome tours into our tribal lands, always welcoming our visitors at our tribal boundary. Our historic tours go into sacred sites, including the oldest Maori rock carvings in New Zealand. We even go onto our marae with pōhiri, traditional welcome ceremonies, and overnight marae stays. When our visitors arrive to the lodge, we have a number of interactive cultural workshops they can participate in, including weaving, haka lessons, our traditional Maori war dance, which our family often get involved with as well. We do Maui Mātou or Maurako, traditional Maori stick games. And we also provide a traditional ground-cooked hangi feast where our food is cooked beneath the earth on hot rocks. Our accommodation overlooks our lake and we have a variety of options available from lodge cabins to self-contained cottages and a brand new 5-bedroom house with outdoor hot tubs. One of the most profound experiences, however, is when we take our visitors back into our community and share them with our children by way of school visits and interactive cultural workshops. The reality is a lot of our children will never get the chance to travel the world, so we bring the world to them. Over the last 9 years, our visitors have taught our kids about the world, but have also provided the opportunity to deliver hangi meals into their classrooms, 30,000 to be exact, for children who do not take a packed lunch to school. We've sent kids around New Zealand on educational trips. We've bought winter school uniforms, provided monetary donation back to our marae, and we've even sent children to university. I'm here today, however, to tell you about one of our new experiences, which is Whirinaki Forest Footsteps, a guided cultural walking tour up into our Jurassic Podocarp native rainforest. This product welcomes our visitors into the ngāhere and introduces them to our rākau rangatira, our chiefly trees. Our guided tours are 100% Indigenously focused, and we share with our visitors our history and the strong connection that Māori have to the environment. We take them to historic sites and we share with them information about our traditional Māori medicine plants, o rongoa. Part of our experience also includes seeing our native and endangered birds in their natural habitat. We provide a packed picnic lunch and our visitors can fill their water bottles out of waterfalls. Our guides are there to host our visitors through the entire way, even sharing with them the tallest moss in the world. Another unique part of our experience is forest bathing. Just like our ancestors used to do, we take our visitors deep into the forest and let the vibrations and natural energy of the ngāhere provide all of the healing. Our tour concludes with hot kawa tea, one of our traditional Māori medicine plants. However, rather than me sit here and talk to you about it, how about we take you on one of our tours?
O whiti ora ki te whai o ki te o mārama. Whiti ki runa, whiti ki rā. E nunu ki te pōhatu, e nunu ki te rākau. Titaha ki tēnei taha, titaha ki tērā taha. O tihe mauri ora. So this is matai, the fourth of our big giant trees. We call them the rangatira or the chiefs. This is probably the hardest or the densest out of the 5 trees, which made it the best for weapons, the best to carve meeting houses. Nowadays, sometimes we might do carvings from another type of wood and paint it the same as matai. So When we were younger, we had taught the three most important fern. Okay, so one is used for clothing, one is used for medicine, and the other one is edible. The one that might be used for clothing is this stuff. Okay, we call it kakahu moku. Kakahu's clothing, moku is the name of this fern. Reason it was used because the leaf grows very close together and it's quite well insulated, water resistant. So usually it was weaved onto a garment, layer upon layer. On the inside you layer it with bird feathers. So this stuff keeps you dry and the bird feathers will keep you warm inside. So we talked about the kakahu moku, the clothing fern. This one is the medicinal fern. Okay, and that's how we identify it, by that leaf. And if you look up you can see more. But what you want from this though is that bit there. Okay, so this acts like a natural anesthetic or a natural painkiller. If you had a toothache, all you do is break this up, boil it for 15 to 30 minutes and rinse, spit, rinse and spit, and that'll just numb all the pain. So it's like a nerve plant. You could use it on babies growing teeth, dip it in hot water, rub it on their gums. But for our people, we saw this as medicine first and then food. Our warriors would eat this all the time, you know, to help them cope with war, and or just eat it raw. We call this leaf tarata, so it's coming off this tree here. If you had blocked nose, okay, and blocked sinuses, this is probably your best plant. Because it's full of citrus and vitamin C, it's very good to help clear nostrils.
Nei rā te mihi kia koutou. Ko te wahau, I'm manager of Whirinaki Footsteps. And first and foremost, to all our esteemed guests in the webinar, I'm not sure if you know, Mānawa Tia Matariki. At this time and age, we are celebrating the Maori New Year. So from us here in Aotearoa, New Zealand, to your homelands, Mānawa Tia Matariki. And I'm just going to finish up with a little karakia, if you don't mind, which is an incantation, just to complete the webinar. So, nīnoi tātou, kia tātou katoa, te ata whai o tō tātou ariki a i hukureiti, me te aroha o te atua, me te whiwhina tahitanga ki te wairua tapu, ake, Moutuhora.
Kia ora. Thank you very much. Again, thank you everyone for your attention today. We're really proud of the products and experiences that are on offer. I hope you felt the authentic hospitality, or manakitanga as we call it. Apologies for our technical difficulties towards the end, but what we'll do is we'll incorporate this in the follow-ups. You have all of that information and our wonderful videos. We'll also hand out our $25 voucher as well over the email. We'll announce the winner for one of our lucky attendees today. So thank you very much for your time. We hope you got something out of it. We're at your disposal if you need any more information. We are here to help. Other than how we say goodbye, we say haere rā, kia hoki mai anō. Goodbye until next time. Thank you very much, everybody.